5 survivors who beat impossible odds. 1. Vesna Vulovic fell out of an exploding airplane. Vulovic was a 22-year-old Yugoslavian flight attendant. On January 26, 1972, she was on board an airliner. It was passing above Czechoslovakia when it suddenly exploded. Rescuers found Vulovic in the smoking wreckage. Despite numerous injuries, she survived. The Guinness Book of World Records recognizes her fall as 33,000 feet. Later investigators claim it was actually 2,500 feet, but that's still 27 more than the average unsurvivable height. 2. Mauro Prosperi drank bad blood to survive in the Sahara. The Marathon des Sables is a 6-day, 155-mile run through the Sahara Desert. It's considered the toughest event in the world. In 1994, a 39-year-old Italian pentathlete discovered it for himself. Mauro Prosperi got caught in an 8-hour sandstorm. Forced to take shelter for the night, he woke up to find himself lost. Prosperi only had half a bottle of water left. After 2 days of wandering, he stumbled onto an abandoned shrine. It had been colonized by bats. Prosperi cut off their heads and drank their blood to stay alive. After 3 days and 20 bats, he went on. It took him 9 more days to find his way out. 3. Poon Lim survived 133 days on a raft at sea. Poon Lim was a Chinese sailor. During World War II, he served on a British merchant ship. On November 23, 1942, the ship was torpedoed by a German U-boat. Poon Lim survived and managed to get a hold of a small wooden raft. The raft had a stock of biscuits, a large jug of water, and some supplies. After a while, Lim had to rely on fishing. He dried the fish in the sun and ate them. When his raft attracted sharks, he managed to bring one aboard. Lim bludgeoned it to death with the water jug and ate its liver. Poon Lim spent 133 days in the South Atlantic. He was finally rescued by Brazilian fishermen. 4. Ada Blackjack lived alone in the Arctic wilderness. In 1921, Blackjack joined an expedition to Wrangel Island. The 23-year-old was hired as a cook and seamstress. After spending a year on the island, the team ran out of rations. 3 men left the island in search of help. Ada was left alone with another man who soon died of scurvy. The other men were never seen again. Ada spent 8 months alone in the Arctic. She was rescued in 1923 by another explorer. 5. Louis Zamperini survived a plane crash, but it got worse. Zamperini was an Olympic runner. In 1940, he was commissioned into the Army Air Forces. 3 years later, his plane crashed into the Pacific. Zamperini and 2 other survivors weathered hunger, thirst, heat, storms, and sharks. They were being shot at by Japanese planes. After 33 days, one of the 3 died, but Zamperini and another man survived. 2 weeks later, they were captured by the Japanese. Zamperini remained a POW until the end of war. The camp sergeant tortured and beat up Zamperini. He made other prisoners punch Zamperini in the face for 2 hours, but the former athlete survived the beatings. He lived to 97 and wrote a best-selling memoir,